Welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to tell you all Bhagavad Gita chapter number 13 and text number 8 to 12. Text number 8, that is Amanitva Madam Bitva Mahimsa Kshanti Rajavam Acharyopasanam Shaucham Stairyamaatma Vinigraha. Text number 9, that is Indriyarteshu Vairagyamanakara Evacha Janma Mrutyu Jaravyadi Dukkha Doshanudarshanam. Text number 10, that is आसक्तिरभिष्वङ्गाः पुत्रदारगृहादिषु नित्यं च समचित्तत्वमिष्टानिष्टोपपत्तिषु. Text number 11, that is मयि चानन्ययोगेन भक्तिरव्यभिचारिणी विविक्त देशसेवत्वं मरतिर्ज संसदि. Text number 12, that is अध्यात्म ज्ञान नित्यत्वं तत्त्वज्ञानार्थदर्शनं यज्ञत्वा प्रोक्तमज्ञानं यदतोऽन्यथा, which means humility, simplicity, pridelessness, tolerance, non-violence, approaching a bona fide spiritual master, and also cleanliness, steadiness, and complete renunciation of the activities of sense gratification, self-control, and knowing perfectly well about the pain of birth, death, old age and disease. Also absence of false ego and detachment, which means that person should not have any attachment towards his wife, children, house and the rest, and even-mindedness even in the where there is pleasant events and unpleasant events, and constant and unalloyed devotion towards me, and aspiring to live in a solitary society. Also completely detached from the general mass of people and accepting the importance of self-realization and philosophical research of absolute truth. So anything besides this is complete nonsense or ignorance, and these I declare to be the qualities of a devotee of mine. Purport. It is said in the above text by the Supreme Personality of Godhead here, all the qualities that should definitely be there in a devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or all these qualities are there in a person who has particular knowledge about this. So firstly, it has been told about humility. So humility and pridelessness. When you pick a bona fide spiritual master, at that time you should be very humble to him, which means that he will teach you knowledge. So for that you should be very humble without any pride. You should not show pride towards your teacher, right? So that is completely wrong, and that's why you should have pridelessness and non-violence. So people these days are committing so many crimes just because of violence and everything in the society many times. So the Krishna conscious people should propagate this consciousness and spread this knowledge that a person should never commit any crimes like that and should only be a person of non-violence like Mahatma Gandhi, about which we have heard many times. Tolerance. So you must have heard about the story of Prahalada, right? So since he was 5 years, he was a great devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Actually, he was a devotee of Lord Vishnu at that time. And the Lord came in a different incarnation and even saved Prahalada. So at that time, you can imagine how much tolerance a devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead has. And moreover, we can talk about how the Lord has explained here about birth, death, old age and also disease. So at these 4 points of life, every single human is going to suffer. So that's why we can easily understand about this. And the next thing is about false ego, absence of false ego. Every person should have some ego. Ego means nothing but to know about the self, which means the soul. False ego means nothing but a person will say I am so and so. So at that time that person should think about the soul, that he is talking about his soul, not about the material body he is in. If he talks about the material body, then that means that that person has some false ego. So like this, many qualities have been explained by the Supreme Personality of Godhead here, and finally it has also been explained about how the philosophical research about the absolute truth and about self-realization. So a person should know about both of these two, because if you want to study more about the absolute truth and things like that, then it is better for you to study philosophy deeper, because as I have said in our previous text also, Bhagavad Gita is just a summary. And if you want to know more deeply about such type of things, it's better for you to study the philosophy even more. Thank you.